Hello everyone, it's Kim again. I am, as promised, making more videos about my hobbies and later some other things that I want to talk about, which could be anything and everything, knowing me. So yeah, I'm starting with my latest hobby, which is ball-jointed dolls, Asian ball-jointed dolls, and these are dolls that have joints everywhere people do. So, in 2004, I was subscribed to, and still am, our local anime magazine Anyway. And in 2004, I believe it was August 2004 that I bought my first issue. And it must have been September or October 2004 that they actually wrote an article about ball-jointed dolls in this magazine. I saw the pictures and I read the article, and yeah, I instantly fell in love with these beautiful dolls. But the problem was, back in 2004, I was just a very, very poor, I believe it would be the equivalent of what is high school in America, except with Dutch schools this is more job related. I was doing a study to become a kindergarten teacher or a daycare teacher, something like that. Didn't work out, and that's a story for another time. So yeah, I was very poor, and the article said that the cheapest dolls you could get were around $110, and I had about $20 left when all my bills were paid back then, so that didn't leave a lot of room for saving. And well, I still lived at home, so there was the annoying factor called the parental unit, who disagreed with it. It was in 2006 that I went to Anyway, no, that's the magazine, sorry, to Abunai for the first time. The National Anime Convention, one of many currently. But back then, the first anime convention I got to know through Anyway again. And at this convention, it was my first time. I was just staring around in awe at all these people dressed up in anime costumes, and I saw girls and guys walking around with these beautiful, beautiful dolls. So I was in the dealer room looking at the stuff they were selling, wishing to God I had found out about this convention sooner so I could have saved a portion of my money back in 2006 that I got from my unemployment pay. We have a system for that in Holland, and that's very complicated, but it means that you get a certain amount a month to pay for your living expenses, because the government has decided that every person who has a roof over their head in Holland has to have a pay for said roof over their heads. This is a privilege we have, and the government must abide by it. So yeah, I got a portion of money for vacationing purposes, and I had currently at that time spent that to what did I buy of that again? You know, I think I actually put that portion toward saving for my things for my house, a part, and a part for saving for my laptop, and I think I had about 40 euros, say $60 left. Convert it real quick. And another zip is needed. Yeah, when you're at a convention like that, you quite quickly learn that $40 is an awful small amount of money. But yeah, more about the conventions in my video about my anime hobby. So I was at the convention and there was a stand there that sold ball-jointed dolls from people of Think Pink. You can find them at their website. Let me check real quick. I can do that while I record this, which is awesome. www.fashiondoll.com. That's where you can find their shop with all their shopping things. And they have some cute things for a decent price, but I have been noticing some things that have been putting me off, but you'll have to experience that for yourself before I get suspended from YouTube and then some for discrediting a store and causing them to lose money. And so back to my hobby. When I was there at the stand of Think Pink, the ladies, no offense to them regardless of my experiences, by the way, for later reference, they were just awesome, and I was telling them that I really liked the dolls and that they were so beautiful, but it was way too expensive and I wasn't really sure about it. And they were like, well, you really have to think about it really well, and you have to find a doll you really love, because it is a lot of money and it would be a shame if you bought a doll and you can't bond with it. Yeah, I was a real noob back then, so I had no idea what they meant. So they gave me all of their cards for their web shop and for the BJD cafe.nl. No? Yeah, well, that's the name of the website, but not the actual web address. If you Google BJD Cafe, you can find the Dutch forum. There's also Den of Angels, which is the universal forum, so to say, but I'm not on that a whole lot for reasons I won't discuss here because they don't matter. Anyway, they gave me all these cards for that, and for the sites. We have Startkabel, that's a Dutch parenting company that they oversee a whole large group of sites that are all having sites displayed on their site that have to do with certain subjects that you can look up. And basically it's just a bunch of sites that gather links, and you can find all the links toward everything on them. And I looked at those, and when I got home and decided that I really liked them, back at the Abanai stand, at the Think Pink stand, one of the girls of Think Pink promptly dropped one of the bigger dolls in my arms, and I was standing there holding a doll of roughly 800 euros. That's about $1,000, I think. Yeah, the conversion is really cricket somehow, but after 20 euros, after about 50 or so euros, you add 20 and you get the dollars, something like that, among those lines. I think more like 900 and something dollars. No, I'm actually wrong, because it was $680, which amounted to 400 and something euros. Either way, that was about the most expensive thing I have ever had to hold. You can imagine someone like me who has never held anything with a price tag of above 50 euros standing there with a doll of well over 400 euros, and all that was going through my mind was, for God's sake, don't drop the doll, don't drop it, because that would cost me a whole lot of money I didn't have. And I was really surprised that these ladies actually let me hold dolls they wanted to sell still, and dolls that were their own. And And so yeah, I was really psyched in 2006 about it, but I wasn't really sure still because it was still a lot of money, and I still lived at home, so my mom was the problem still. And I see I have 5 more minutes, so I better hurry this along. Anyway, 2007 passed, 2008 passed. I went back to Abernai both years, went back to the stand, looked at them still. And in 2008, after Abernai, I decided I really did want my own ball-jointed doll. But the problem was, at the same time, I really needed a laptop for a lot of things, and yeah, I began to save up money, putting it aside, and I had a laptop at that time, an HP, and it had a lot of problems that everyone could see apparently, but the people of HP who had to fix the damn thing, that's Hewlett and Packard, something like that, I don't know. Anyway, I was tired of having to deal with these idiots, and I called a local law institution that you pay a certain amount a month for, and then you get free legal help because you otherwise can't afford to get legal help at all. And that's, again, I think typically a Dutch thing. Anyway, they told me that they could set up a court case and drag it on and on and on, or they could pay me back the 900 euros. That's roughly $1,100 that this laptop actually cost. So I was like, well, the store won't take it back because they need something from the Hewlett and Packard company, and the Hewlett and Packard company keeps saying they don't need it and just need to send back the laptop either. And anyway, I'm wasting time. I was in the middle of it all and not getting anywhere, so I accepted the generous donation of the legal company to pay me money. They have a secret fund, and they have this fund for that and stuff. Completely confusing. And I suddenly found myself having a lot of money on my account. I bought a new laptop, which was $700, I think, so I suddenly had $400 left that I could spend. This, together with the 200 and then some dollars that I'd already saved, allowed me to buy my own ball-jointed doll. This is her. Let's see if I can get her to sit so I can put her in the camera with me. Okay, that's not working, so I'm getting her close. Adjusting my webcam a little so I can see my doll and myself. There. Well, I'm almost out of time, so I'm gonna do this in 2 parts, probably more, because I want to deal with more stuff later. Anyway, so yeah, this is my doll. She's a Dream of Doll, that's the company name, and her mold being the facial features. They make special mold for that and cast the face out of that. The rest is pretty much handmade, but so yeah, the mold type name was Shawl, but I decided to call her Denise, and the outfit is not hers. She has it on today, but it belongs to my sister's doll. And as you can see, it is a little bit too big, which is why you should never ever steal the outfit of a doll whose chest is bigger than your doll's. Anyway, Denise started out as a blonde with the eyes she currently has, beautiful teal colored eyes. And currently she's being a, well, almost black, purple haired girl. And she has a cute little jewel thingy with a rose and gemstones that my mom bought her. And that is all the time I have for now, so I will put her back now and see you all in the next part. Thank you. Bye bye.